All right, you can take over now.
Okay. Okay, so okay, so sure. Okay, hello everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon or good morning wherever you are. So I hope you all can see my screen, right? Please, if you can see my screen, let me,
Yes,
know.
we can see yours.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. Okay, so today I'm going to be taking you on Google Analytics certification. That's GA4. And in today's session, this is what we'll be covering from, what is Google Analytics, why it matters, and everything basically about, what Google Analytics does and what it does for your business. So here we are talking about the introduction of Google Analytics. So it says Google Analytics is a web analytics tool that helps websites and app owners to understand how users interact with their digital platform. It collects, processes, and reports data to provide insight on user behavior, traffic sources, conversion tracking, and content performance. So what this is talking about basically is that what Google Analytics does is it helps business owners, to be able to track user behavior, most especially on their websites. For example, now you go to a website, let's say you go to like a Jumia website, and you are trying to look for like men's shoes to purchase and all of that. So from the moment you enter that website, that Google Analytics kicks in. You already start tracking your behavior on the website, from be it okay, you are so surfing the website, trying to look for what you need to get. For example, like I mentioned earlier, if you are looking to get, like male shoes. So from the moment you enter the website, it says, okay, this is the pattern that you follow from, from the home page to going to a particular section of the page that takes you to another page, which is, for example, now you go to the Jumia website. There are lots of icons or sections on the left that it takes you from one page to another. So you move from the home page, then you select, like the shoes area, then it gives you another subset, men's shoes, ladies' shoes, and all that. So Google Analytics tracks all of that. You understand? So why it matters is it helps businesses make data-driven decision. Like I said earlier. So if you go like now you own like a e-commerce website now, and you go to that people come to your website, Google Analytics helps to track those people, like traffic that comes to your website, to know the behavior, like the pattern on what they do. Maybe people just come to your website and after like 5 seconds they leave, or people come to your website, they peruse the website, see okay, what is going on here, then they move from one page to another. That way it gathers information, it gathers that data, it helps you to know that okay, this is what this person is coming to my website for. This is what this person is coming to my website for. You understand? So you say measures marketing effectiveness. So what this is trying to talk about basically is, when people come to your website and they go to a particular section of your website. So you already know that this particular person is looking for this particular thing. For example, now someone comes to your website and is looking to get like wristwatches and all of that. So that Google Analytics helps you, because I don't know if most of you've noticed at times when you go to websites, the moment you enter the website, it tells you, it brings a pop-up comes up about accept all cookies. Some websites will allow you to reject all cookies, but some websites, they are mandated, they mandate you to accept those cookies. So what those cookies does, it tracks your presence on the digital space. Now, if you notice, when you leave a particular website now, and probably maybe you're on YouTube or something, they begin to bring ads regarding what you searched or what or the website you've been. You understand? And even on the website at times, because if you are a returning customer and you go to a website, fact that you're always going there to get, shoes and all of that. The moment you enter the website, they already know that okay, this person is coming to get shoes. So a pop-up might just come up and show you that okay, they have affordable shoes. That way is streamlining you to make another purchase, but in a very techy way that okay, this person, once he comes to this website, let's push this to him. Let's see if he's going to get it, or once he does not get this thing, obviously he is going to go to that shoe section. That it forces him. He might not, maybe the next time he comes, might not want to necessarily go to the shoe section, but because of his past his past behavior, like his past interaction with the website, makes him it forces him to okay, so they have this shoe is 50% off, is this. So he makes he compels them to to make some decision. That's how you market it. I say it measures marketing effectiveness. So you should track goals and conversion rate. Like I said, once people come to your website or probably your app or anything, so it helps that okay, this person comes. What is this person doing? Is this person just sightseeing? Is this person just perusing our website, or is this person looking to make a purchase on our website? You understand? So identify users' demographics, interest, and behavior. So what this one is talking about basically, I'm just going to rush through all this. I don't want to spend much time on a particular slide, so I'm just going to um just give a summary on everything basically. So you said identify users demographics, interest, and behavior. So what this is talking about basically is when people come to your website, they are stationed in a particular location. They are from a particular place. Somebody entering your website now, and they are maybe they are from like places like India, places like hold on, places like Pakistan and all of that. So he knows that these people are from a particular demograph. You understand? So he gathers that data for you so that you know that when you are um when you see your report, you know that okay, person from this demograph, maybe from Abuja, maybe from Lagos, they came to your website. You understand? So you also tracks their interest, what they were looking for on that website, and like I mentioned earlier, their behavior, what they do on your website or your app. You understand? So it supports optimization of content and ad campaigns. Like I said earlier, when they've seen a particular behavior on a particular, when you have a particular behavior on a website, then they tend to push ad relating content relating to what you have maybe where the website you've been previously and all of that. In a digital world, not measuring performance is like flying blind. GA provides the visibility you need to improve your customer experience and ROI. So the evolution from Universal Analytics to GA4. Universal Analytics served marketers for over a decade, but was built for desktop first. You understand? So this Universal Analytics is like the first form of Google Analytics, but it was just for the desktop version. Nothing like they wanted it to be for like the mobile version or the tablet version. It was just for the desktop, all those old desktop that we always use that time. That's what this universal analytics was. You understand? It's a cookie-based world with changing technology and privacy laws. A more robust system was needed. Obviously, that's why they had to, update to Google Analytics. And Google Analytics is not just maybe just any update. It is a Oracle is a system on its own, because what Google Analytics can do, Universal Analytics would not be able or was not able to do it then. You understand? So enters GA4, that's Google Next Gen Analytics platform, built to handle platforming. You understand? When for both mobile, tablet, and on your PC. That's what cross-platform tracking is talking about. I hope we can still hear me, so it will not just be like maybe I'm just talking and talking. Can anybody hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good. That's fine. So, like I said, it's built to handle cross platform tracking. You can see web plus apps. You understand? So it has measurement. It has measurement on its own. Okay, sorry. Can you still see my screen? Because I think you went off for a bit.
Not yet. Yeah, you had a glitch where your screen is no longer
Oh,
showing. You have to
okay, okay,
reshare.
okay. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. So, okay, how about now?
Okay, yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, perfect. So sorry about that. So what events basically means is, events is like, so we have this thing, we call it sessions. Sessions, what session mean? That sessions is okay, um your first interaction with the website or the app, probably like the home screen. That's session, like the amount of time you spend on a particular website or app. So events is you are now going from just staying on the app to actually doing something on the app or on the website. And what it means is that probably maybe you have left the homepage now, you have now moved from the homepage to like a particular section of the website. Maybe be it the game, the gadget section, the clothing section. So that is already like an event. You understand? So offers AI powered insight predictions designed for privacy centric future. GA4 isn't just an upgrade. I said it earlier, it's not just an upgrade. It is a system on its own. It's a complete it's complete redesigned to help business understand user behavior across touch points in a more flexible and powerful way. So hold on. Yeah, okay. So key features of the GA4. We have the event-based tracking. Every user's interaction is captured as an event, e.g., scrolls, clicks, video. Like I said now, the moment you come on the website, a session has started. It will not move from it will now move from a session to an event when all these things have been done. For example, when you click, like maybe you are trying to do something and it requires you to to like watch a video, that is an event. You understand? So from clicking to video view, that is already an event. So cross-platform tracking, like I said earlier, tracks user across your website, Android, iOS apps in one place like at a time. You understand? Whether you are using your PC, you are using your tablet, you are using your smartphone, it will still be tracking you in as much as that particular business is using Google Analytics for their website or their apps. You understand? So enhanced measurement automatically tracks action like page views, scrolls, outbound clicks. So like I've mentioned earlier, so that's already an event. Using centric reporting focuses on the customer journey instead of page-based metrics. So what this is talking about is it is focusing on how the customer is or what the customer is the customer's behavior on your website or your app. And as so that way it is going to be able to, or it helps you to be able to tailor a particular service. When you are trying to, maybe you are trying to run an ad, you know that okay, this particular demographic, this particular people, this is what they come to my website to do. So it helps you, when you want to tailor, it helps tailor an ad. So that, for example, now people come to your for a particular demographic. Let's say people living in Lagos, they are more of they are more of this lifestyle, wristwatches, shoes. So when you are trying to do like an ad, a tailored ad to that particular demographic, you know that okay, this ad you are going to be doing is going to be based on shoes, wristwatches, and so on. You understand what I'm trying to say? So predictive analysis using machine learning to forecast behavior, e.g., likelihood to purchase. You understand? So some people, they have the tendency to buy something. They just need that what do you call it now? That push, that nudge. You understand? So when they are perusing your website and you see that they are in this particular section, when I mean that nudge, like that call to action, is that you might just be like a pop-up that, okay, get 50% off your first purchase, or like a free delivery kind of thing. It compels them, to like that AI machine learning now. He has noticed that behavior, that this person, all this person needs is a push. You understand that? Let's just give him like an incentive to make him, make a purchase. So that's what it's all about. Improve debugging and testing, real-time preview mode with Google Tag Manager. We're still going to talk about that. Privacy controls, support consent mode, IP anonymization, and data retention settings. That data retention, from the name, is what retention. The amount of people that come back to your website, the amount of people that stay on your website. So that's what retention is all about. It's a GA4 gives you more control, flexibility, and future readiness. So how Google Analytics works, from the cookies to the user to the sessions. I made mention of sessions earlier. So at its core, Google Analytics uses tracking code, usually through Google Tag Manager. And what this Tag Manager is, just hold on a sec. I would like to, show you something, and just let me know if you can see my screen. Let me stop sharing for a bit. Let me try and open it for you. Then I'll share my screen in a bit. So just going to show you what Tag Manager is all about. So hold on. Hold on. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes. So this is it. I found it. So let me share my screen. Google Word. Okay. So I hope you can see my screen. Hello. Can anybody hear me? Hello. Hello. Can anybody hear me?
Yes,
Okay, okay. So
not
so
yet.
oh, my screen is not up yet.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Hello?
can. Is my screen not up yet?
No.
Okay, let me stop sharing and share again. How about now? Can you see my screen now?
Sorry, network, my network glitched, but I'm back. Your screen is about to come up.
Okay.
Okay, I can see your screen now.
Yeah, okay. So like I mentioned earlier, Google Tag Manager is a tag system that allows website owners to easily add and manage tracking code without having to modify the website. So it's just like this tag manager is like how would I put it? It's like a tool on its own that helps you to easily add and manage tracking codes without having to modify the website code. So it improves the way the analytic works, so that it's not like you have to start doing it manually. That, okay, for example, now you want to try to see people who come to your website and people who make purchase. You now have to start doing it manually. Like, okay, let me change the code from tracking people that come to my website to tracking people's conversion rate. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's what Google Tag Manager does. So can my screen now, is it on the PowerPoint section? Can anybody see my screen now? Or is still on the Google
It's
or
still on the Word. Yeah,
still on the Word, yeah?
yes. Not yet on the PowerPoint section. Yeah, Word document.
Okay. Okay, let me see. How about now?
Okay, back to the PowerPoint, yes.
Yeah, okay. That's good. So yeah, like as I was saying, places a cookie on the user's browser. So what this cookie does, like I mentioned earlier, if you were following me, is a way to monitor your behavior across the internet space. You understand? So like when I said if you go to some websites that you can reject cookies, and some you can't, you have to accept the cookies. So once you accept the cookies, it's like getting your data, and once you move from that particular website, or you are just surfing the internet, you tend to now start seeing things related to that. So cookie basically just tracks your progress on the website that you are. So basically that's what, so it said collects events and users data, e.g. device, browser, location, source. So all this data that is collecting the device, like are you using a PC, are you using a tablet, are you using a mobile phone, like the app, and your location. Then even the browser, it gets to know if you are using like the Mozilla Firefox, if you are using like the Chrome, if you are using like the Microsoft Edge. So all this data, as in data, is really powerful. So from the way we are looking at it, the way Google Analytics is basically, it deals with data basically. You understand? So it's from that data that it gives um the organization or the owner of the website power on how to sell, or how to make, just like a form of feedback, how to make their website better, how to make their products better, their product and services better, basically. So it's a key concept. It's a users, unique visitors identified by a user ID or service, session, a group of interaction within a time frame. Like I said, session, the moment you enter a hello,
Please go ahead.
hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. All right. So I know like a, a particular website. Oh, my internet. Okay, the moment you enter a particular website, that I said he started.
Your slide is no
Use
longer showing.
what?
Your slide is no longer showing. It's blank. Okay, it's back. It's back
Okay,
now.
okay, okay,
Go
okay.
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I hope you see showing.
Yes, it's showing now.
Okay. So like after is when you now start doing series of interactions, like watching video, your click rate. That's when it becomes an event. You can see event on the say specific action users take, page view, add to cart, video play, and so on. Cookies, small data file stored in the browser to help identify repeat visitors. You understand? Like I said, it tracks your progress to know if you are a returning customer. Like that's like the retention setting. If you are like a returning customer, you already knows. Then if you are coming again, it does not need to ask you, oh, okay, accept all cookies, or do these cookies. No, it does not, because you already know, you already has your data of you being on that website. Let's see. GA4 moves beyond session and cookies by relying more on events and signals, which is more flexible and accurate. So what, like events now, what you do on the website. So those are events. So setting goals using Google Analytics. Before diving into the data, you need to be clear on what success looks like. Setting goals ensures your analytics setup is aligned with business objectives. Common GA goals, track sales or lead submission, understand users drop off points. So what this understand users drop off points is where I would not want to call it, where users lose interest. I might just feel like maybe they don't feel like they need to move further. You understand? So those kind of information, those kind of data, that's what you need to do to use, probably maybe to use to improve your website or your product. It might just be maybe what they are looking for, they can't find it on your website. Then they just feel like, okay, I don't think I need to go further, then they leave. So you need to know what are what where their drop off points are exactly. Optimize marketing campaign. I've said it earlier. It helps you, tailor marketing campaign like ads to those users. Improve user engagement. Once you've collected this data, you understand what they do on your website and how to improve your website experience and your app experience, not just website, also app. Analyze content performance. GA lets you define conversion events tied to real outcomes like purchases, form submission, or video completion. When your analytic aligns with your goal, you are not just collecting data, you are collecting insights. Obviously, because when your analytics is already aligned with your goals, for example, every business goal is to make profits. You understand? Or to make sales. So once your analytics are started helping you to, this person yeah, this person is like adding to carts, this person is making a purchase or so. So you are no longer collecting data, you have moved past collecting data. So you are now collecting insight. And that insight is just to help you improve on your product and services. So module two, setting up the Google Analytics. You have to, like you stated here, creating a Google Analytics account, installing a GA4 on websites, using the GA4 admin panel, setting up. I mean, all of this, we'll see it as we proceed. So creating a Google Analytics account, setting up Google Analytics starts with creating an account. So you go to analytics.google, click start measuring, fill in. So these are the steps that you need to take when you want to create a Google Analytics account. You understand? So installing a GA4 on websites, tagging GTM. So you once your GA4 property is created, you need to install the tracking code on your site. Option one, manual installation. As you can see, these are the steps to do it. And when I made mention of the tag manager, I made mention of tag manager earlier that instead of you doing these things manually, like you have to start typing, doing it. So you can go to tagmanager.google, create a new container from your website. So all this is what the tag manager is going to help you with instead of doing manual installation by yourself. So as you can see, it's not something that is um really really hard. So you say using the G4 admin panel. G4 admin panels has two column layouts. Left account level, account setting, account management. I mean, these are just everything that you will see when you are trying to, set up or configure your Google Analytics for your website, and not just your website, also on the desktop version and on the app version, like the mobile version rather. So if you look at it here, say tip, you can also link other Google products here, like Google Ads, Search Consoles, and BigQuery. Like I said, I've said it earlier. Once all these things are set up, it helps you, to be able to tailor ad campaigns to those users specifically for what their behavior on your website. So it's setting up data streams. Say data stream is the source of your incoming data. GA4 lets you set up multiple streams for your platform. Web stream like URL of your website, e.g. Speakwell, like this is a website already, speakwell.ng. GA4 automatically enables enhanced measurements. Let me go back to my word and show you something there. I hope you can see my word.
Yes, I still
So
see
as you
it.
can see, look at this example. You see, because I had to, write all this down. I had to make research to get all this down. So as you can see, a startup wants to know how many users downloads their app or submit a lead form. They set up they set this up as a conversion event. This is the step, like this is when you are trying to set up your GA4. You understand? So all this from the creating the account, the GA4 install tracking on your website to set up data stream. This is the end goal. This example is the end goal. It states that it wants you to, like, the startup wants to know how many users download their app or submit a lead form. They they set this up as conversion events. So now let's go back to the slides. So I'm back to the slide now. So it says configuring enhanced measurements. It's a GA4 simplifies tracking common users' action with enhanced measurements. These are enabled by default when you create a web stream. Automatically, once you've created a web stream before, so all these are the things that it automatically tracks for you: page views, scroll trackings, outbound clicks, site search, video engagement, file download. So these are everything that it is going to track for you. So if from here, Joseph, you can from here you can see everything. It says, let me quickly show you something because it's a lot that I had to, start doing everything one by one. See, so you can see from here, even here, this enhancement measurement. It says track event like, scroll, outbound clicks, file downloads. No code needed. Just toggle them on. And this toggle, you can also see it here. You can see you can toggle this off, this on or off in the admin, data stream, web. So these are the steps, these are the places that you will go, that one by one, from the admin section to the data stream to the web, then enhance measurement. You can, but you don't need to toggle it off. You have to leave it on. These features allows you to start collecting rich behavioral data without writing a single line of code. You can see it, a single line of. You don't have to start saying, "Oh yeah," you now have to start looking for somebody that help you write code for people, for those people who don't know how to write code. All this is going to be done for you once you toggle this on. So navigating the GA4 interface, home dashboard overview. So I'm just going to run through what this is talking about. So home dashboard overview. The GA4 home dashboard provides a summary of recent activities and key performance indicator. It's like your digital marketing command center. Sections you will see: traffic trends, number of users in the last 7 to 28 days. Hold on. So, like, even here on my Word document, you can also see when it goes to the where is it? The navigation. You can see home dashboard. What does it say? Just a quick performance summary. It gives you like the summary of everything that has happened in the last maybe 7 to 28 days. Even below here, because I had, yeah, where is it? Okay, yeah, home dashboard. You see, quick look at traffic, top content, and where your users are from. This is another example. Daily check to see if your blog is gaining traction. Not just your blog. It could be maybe like a new product or something that you just kept on your what do you call it, on your website, to see how people react to it. So think of your home dashboard as your morning coffee report, a quick check-in on how your website or app is doing without dive deep in. So once again, this is like, once people push out, for all those content creators, once they push out a new content, like after like 24 hours, they tend to see, okay, how has this content been? Like, is this content something that they can continue like a trend, or like, once you've carved a niche for yourself, right? You know that once you post the first content, you need to see how, or you need to know how, like, the audience will relate to it, on how their interaction with it is going to be, before you can also, okay, you want to continue doing something along that line, or if you are doing the right thing. So you don't just end up just people just coming to your website or people looking at your content and they be like, and they just scroll past or just leave your website. You understand? So report snapshot and real-time reports. Report snapshot, the high-level overview of important metrics where users are coming. So here it says where users are coming from, which page they visit most, what events conversion are occurring, devices and user engagement level. So even on my word, I also, can see report snapshot and real life. It's a snapshot overall trends. Let's now go to the one below and see the examples that they give. So yeah, so where is it? Life cycle report. Okay, so you can see overall trends, what real time, what is happening now on your website. So let me move back up. So real time reports, see who is on your site right now. You understand? So those reports, this report, as you can see, it just gathers data on what people are doing on your website as at that particular moment. You understand? So real-time reports, from the name say real-time reports, you already know what is it. It shows what's happening right now in Apple last 30 minutes. Active users by location, traffic source breakdown, live engagement with pages or screen, events happening in real time. Use and what is this useful for? It's for monitoring campaign launches, troubleshooting, tag setup, validating event tracking. Real-time reports are great for live campaign monitoring, or seeing what content users engage with right after posting or emailing. So if we check here, you will see something. So you see something on my real life reports. I wrote something on the real life report. So where is it? Real life. Okay. Life cycle report. Okay. Okay. So this is we've not gotten to it yet. Okay, yes. So we've not gotten to that yet. So basically, say real time reports, like I said, is great for letting to knowing people who are on your website at a particular point in time. For example, now Snapchat. Now, if people are online on Snapchat, it shows that green button. Same thing too with WhatsApp. If people are online on WhatsApp, it shows online. You understand? So those are the things that all this Google Analytics helps to do. So your life cycle reports divide into acquisition, where users come from, engagement, what users do, like what they do on your website. Is it did they just scroll? Do they play videos? Do they check different pages? Probably what they are looking for is not on the first page, then they have to go to the next page and all of that. Monetization, purchases, subscription, ad revenue. You understand? Purchases, subscription, and ad revenue. My mistake. So is that monetization is if you want people to purchase all your product and services on your website, not like necessarily having to have to call you and say, oh yeah, I want to place an order, or I want to get this. Like, they can do it on your website. And with the introduction of all these online payment platforms, for example, Paystack, Flutterwave, I mean, that's made life easier, that you don't even need to call somebody and say, okay, yes, you want to make a purchase. Just like Jumia. I mean, I think you can make a purchase on their website. You understand? So retention, how often users return. I made mention of this retention earlier. How often users return to your website. So key metrics, say engaged sessions, average engaged time, conversions, and also user reports. User reports includes demographic, like I said, age, gender, interest, location, and also tech, browser, device, and OS, device OS, that's operating system, screen resolution. Understanding your life cycle helps improve the full customer journey from click to conversion and beyond. This is where I want us to see something. There is a funnel on this. There is a funnel on this. So as you can see, demographic and tech. It says see age, location, interest, device used. One example, see if users from mobile devices drop off more often. So here we have there is this thing that we call funnel. So you have to create a funnel. So create funnels, part analysis, segment overlap. So this funnel, let me show you how it actually looks. So this is a funnel. You see, homepage visits, and there are two types of funnel. We have the standard funnel, and we have the custom funnel. So the standard funnel, where you say where to find it is these are the standard funnel. These are just basic funnel visualization built in the GA4 when you mark events as conversion. So where to find it? You see report, engagement, conversion. Example funnel for an e-commerce store. You can see view product page, event, page view, add to cart is also an event, add to cart. Begin checkout, event is also an event, begin checkout. Purchase is also an event, purchase. This funnel shows how many users dropped off at each step rather. It could be maybe from the add to cart that you just feel like, okay, I've checked through the page and I don't see what I want. I don't think I need to go. Probably it will be from your begin checkout, or maybe from the purchase. So this along this line, you will be able to track where the user dropped off. Same thing too when you come to custom. You can build a detailed customization funnel in the Explore tab. Say set up steps to create a custom funnel in GA4. It says explore. This is where you are going to go to. You go to explore, then you go to create new exploration, choose funnel exploration, name your funnel, see these steps. So hold on, I think I tried to create one. Where is it? I tried to create one. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, this is I'm trying to create like a custom funnel. So as you can see, this funnel exploration. You can see standard funnel. You can see segments, mobile traffic. Then when you come to dimension category. uh, so I mean, you can see last 28 days, April 2nd to April 29th. If you check it, you can now see last 14 days to know the amount of people that are going to be checking or going to follow that this funnel pattern in 14 days. You don't need to have to wait for, like, let's say 28 days or 30 days or thereabout. So I hope you people can hear me, so that it not just be like I'm just talking and talking. Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you
Okay,
loud
okay, all
and
right.
clear.
So you can see demographic and tech. Like, I had to go to my Word document to move to show you all that this is where the funnel comes in. You see, demographics. GA4 provides anonymized aggregated data on age and gender, country or region, language, interest. Then what is great for tailoring content and ad targeting. When you get all this data from this demograph, even this interest alone and the age and you already know. Now this language is important because if people from because not everybody that knows how to type in English or write or speak English, so you'll be able to know the kind of content you will push to those particular people. For example, people in France, like, not all of them know how to speak English. So you have to know that, okay, these people, we have to speak to them in French. You understand? So by the time you are doing a content, or by the time you are trying to do an ad targeting, you have to make sure that those things are in French. So it will be easier for them. You understand? So when it comes to the tech aspect. So it breaks down how users access your site or app, the device they use, the browser, the screen resolution. All these things are very, very important. So it should not be like maybe on your website now, they can see the whole thing. But when it comes to the mobile version, your website is not mobile friendly. You understand? Then now, and it's not everybody that uses PC. So you have to make it like accessible and easy to navigate to everybody, from people who are using PC, people who are using tablets, people who are using mobile phones. So use tech report to ensure your site is performing well across different devices. I've not even read it and I said it already. You can see. So that way people don't have to say, okay, I have to use a laptop for this. Imagine this Zoom of a thing now, and Zoom is just only working perfectly well for the PC version and not the mobile version. I mean, do you think people will actually want to, or do you think these Zoom sponsors or the Zoom makers will actually make money of it? No, of course not, because they are just on a particular platform. They've not made it like accessible to everybody. And I mean, everybody uses mobile phones. So you have to make it accessible for everybody. So using the Explore tab, what it is? The Explore tab in the GA for Advanced Reporting Toolkit is a customized deep dive analysis, types of exploration, free form, drag and drop dimensions and metrics, funnel exploration, the visual conversation part. That's what I spoke to you about, from where the user drops off. So if it's from the add to cart, if it's from the purchase, if it's from the page view, and also path analysis, see what users do step by step. Once you know what they do step by step, you'll be able to know what your users want and how you can do a marketing ad to target them, a tailored marketing ad. So segment overlap, compare behaviors of multiple user segments. User Explorer, zoom in individual users' journey. You understand, like how they what they do on your website, how they started, how they came to your website, like what was it through a link or did they search for your website? You understand? Use case, identify where users drops off. I've said it earlier. Analyze behavior of high value users, segment power users versus bounce users. So what these bounce users basically are, these bounce users are people that they just hop in, hop out, hop in, hop out. Not like they just hop in. Maybe they are trying to see some, okay, what kind of shoes does he have? They just see it and they leave. It's not like they actually want to make a purchase or do anything. They just come, see it, and they move. So explore is where analysts live. If reports show what explore shows, why? So, like I said, this explore is where it takes a whole lot of work, because on this explore, that's where you know what your user wants and what they do, be it your app or your website. So it says difference between metrics and dimension. So these are what we'll be talking about in module 4. So dimension, attributes of your data, describe what the data is about. Example, country, device type, landing page, traffic source. Metrics, quantitative measurements, represents how much of something happened. So also these examples, users, session, page views, bounce rate. Like I've mentioned this bounce rate. Is the amount of people that just come and leave. Excuse me, come and leave, come and leave. So you have to be able to measure that. So it says quick analogy. If your data were in a table, dimensions are the column headers, e.g., country. Metrics are the value insights, e.g., 2,000 users from Nigeria. Tip: always match dimensions and metrics that logically fit together. E.g., categories with session, not device categories with revenue if irrelevant. Because I mean, this device category session, it goes together because the session, once people, like I said, once people come to your website, it's already a session. But if those people don't make purchase, you can't put it together with revenue, because I mean, you've not made anything, so you cannot call that a revenue. So let's quickly look at this. So if you come here, you see it, same thing, metrics versus dimension, measures data, number of users, core metrics, user sessions, engagement time, events, conversion. So from this, you already know what and what needs to go together. So here, core GA4 metrics. So users, total users, anyone who visits your site or app, all these are self-explanatory, new users, first time. These are everything that the metrics is going to give you: a group of interaction within a time frame, e.g. page event ends after 30 minutes of inactivity by default. When people just come to your website and they just stay, it's not like they're doing anything. Probably maybe they just came to your website and they forgot to close the tab, and they move to another thing entirely, another website, or maybe they just move to YouTube entirely. So after like 30 minutes, once the analytics sees that okay, this person is not, you know, doing anything on the website, then it just becomes inactive. Engagement metrics, engage session last engage session last 10 plus seconds or has conversion rate. Like I said, once people come to your website and after like some time, you notice that the analytics notice that, oh, this person is not actually doing anything. You understand? So it does not count. It might count it as a session, but it should count it as a bounce rate. You understand? So average engagement time, time users actively, you can see that word, actively engage. So that's what is actively. So conversion, specify specific actions you define as goals. So your own conversion might be maybe file download, form submit, or video plays. That's might be your own conversion. You understand? So events, users interaction. We've said this earlier. The scrolls, the pay clicks, and everything. Event-based data model. So this is now trying to tell you the difference between the GA4 and the universal analytics. That is the first set of analytics tool or system that was being used. You see, UA had categories like page view, event, transaction. GA treats everything as an event. So this one now, this UA4, it has categories. So it does not see everything as okay, an event. It sees it like it's now doing like a step by step. Oh, if one person carry one leg today, count it as one step. Another person carry another leg today. A baby is trying to walk, one step. But GA4 is going to tell you that okay, this baby is learning how to walk. So it classifies everything as an event. You understand? So examples of GA4 events, page view, scroll, clicks, form, purchase, video start, everything is still an event. But in UA, it's all these things are categorized differently. You understand? You can also create custom events to track unique actions like clicking a WhatsApp icon, visiting a certain URL, scrolling to 75% of the page. GA4 is built for flexibility. Events gives you the power to track exactly what matters most to your business. When people come to your website, do they actually scroll to the end, like to the end, to the bottom of your website, or do they just look at the top and say, okay, I don't think I need to be here, and they leave? Or is it that when they come to your website, okay, they already know what they want, then they feel like, okay, can I talk to somebody? Then nowadays businesses always like to put like this chat box of this WhatsApp icon on their website to chat with our let's say our colleague, or chat with our let's say I don't know. They shall know how they put it. So you just chat with someone, sha. So when they click on it, it's going to track all those behavior too. You know, hope everybody can still hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and
Yeah.
clear.
Okay, okay, all right. Thank you very much. So, like I said, I'm just going to, rush through because all these things, they are most of them are self-explanatory. Something that you can, once the slide is being shared with you, you can go back and read it for yourself. So, and also, if probably maybe you won't like the Word document, um, just reach out to Edith or anybody or Mercy or anybody, and they can just give you the Word document because that one it lets you see everything in detail. You understand? So, is it use when you need to track this custom dimensions and metrics. Use when you need to track data GA4 doesn't collect by default. So custom dimensions can be user level, session level, or event level. So that's this session level and user level basically is when people come to your website here, the amount of time, like what when they come to your website, do they spend long? Do they stay long? The kind of users that come to your website, where are they from? You understand? The events, what level of events do they actually do? Like did they move from, picking like an item to add to cart or something? Example, you say track the membership type of users, free, basic, premium. So now on some websites, when you go there, you do something. After a couple of while, you are trying to now do another thing, then it tells you that you have to pay. You understand? So those people who are operating on the free level, there is a le- there is a level that it will be categorized in. Those people who are operating on basic level, there's also a level that it will be categorized in. Those people who are operating on premium level, like that, is another level that it will be categorized in. The custom metrics, numerical values tied to a custom event. Examples, tracking number of steps completed in a multiple step form. So these are just it basically. So building user segments. The segmentation, slicing your data to analyze specific group of users. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me show you something. So segments, focus on user group. Now, under that focus now has new versus returning, paid versus organic. You can see how he broke it down. So now, new user or returning user. Is it when you are trying to do I think I lost you for a bit. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Yeah, my screen is still up, right?
Yes, the Word document.
Oh, okay, all right, perfect. So as you can see, new versus returning. So tracks new customer versus returning customer. So it says why it matters, understands behavior of returning users versus new users. I mean, I've not even read it, but it said it. Compare countries, devices, or traffic channels. What evaluate marketing performance by audience. Type of segments. We have the user segment, e.g., all users from Nigeria, if they are not from Nigeria. If they are, even if they are from Nigeria, it now has to do segmentation again. Is it Lagos? Is it Abuja? And a session segments. Sessions that lead to a purchase. You understand? Those people who are just perusing and not making purchase, and people who are and making purchases. So what else again? It says event segments. So users who trigger the download ebook event. Like I said, once um people come to your website, the end goal is always maybe to make like there's a conversion. People I identify conversion differently. You understand? Their own conversion might be people make sales, like people actually buy what their product, or people actually, when you go to like all these self-learning platforms, for example, like Udemy, and it gets to a point, it tells you, okay, you want to download their ebook. So once you download their ebook, they see it as a conversion for them. You understand? See, use segments in Explore tab for data, for advanced data analysis, reports for filtering views. Want to know what makes your loyal customer tick. So modify event tracking and conversion. So this are everything we're going to be talking about. Understand events in GA4. What are events? In GA4, if everything a user does is tracked as an event, no more hit types like in universal analytics. All those ones. They always they segmented it. Everything is not categorized as an event for them. They are kept in segments. Events are now the foundation of how data is collected and analyzed. Three types of events in GA4: automatic events, tracked without any setup. Example, first visit, engagement. I hope I'm still audible.
Yes, very audible.
Okay. Measurement events. I mean, this is optional, but at the same time recommended. And then those are your data streams. These are data stream settings. So these are examples of what you might want to be able to track, or you might want to track when people come to your website. Say custom events. You define what to track. You see, use automatic or enhanced events. Don't cover a specific. Don't cover a specific action. Example, sign button click, WhatsApp icon click, excuse me, quiz complete. A clean naming conversion keeps your analytics tidy, sticks with lowercase underscore and no more spaces. So all this thing basically what it's just trying to tell you is just like to be able to streamline what event particularly a person does on your website. You understand? When I said earlier about this WhatsApp thing, people just come to and they look and they see that okay, there's a WhatsApp icon. I can chat with a colleague or somebody like a representative or somebody. So that one too, it tracks that okay, this person clicked on the WhatsApp icon. If probably there's like a form you need to fill when you want to make a purchase, you can do that's where this quiz complete is. So it like detailed step by step, detailed tracking. That's what Google Analytics gives you. Setting up custom events. You can create custom events in two main ways. Method inside the GA4 via these are all the steps that you need to set up your own custom events. You understand? So marking event as conversion. I said that people mark their own event, like different events as conversion. You understand? Not all events are equally important. Conversion are those actions that matter most for your goals. To mark your event, this is the step. So these are the examples of, mark. So this is how it is going to track it again. Mark form underscore submit as a conversion to track leads. Mark purchase as a conversion for e-commerce. So this form submit now is when when you go to a website and they ask you to like you fill a form or something that he probably needs them to get your details. This they now see it as okay leads. For example, now you are trying to host a webinar, you understand, and you put it on your website with the registration link. When people register and everything, you've gotten their information. So after the webinar, you see them as potential leads because you imagine you doing a webinar on, let's say, um, cybersecurity or business analysis, and you post it out. People who register, you already know that when you are trying to do like a business analysis training or a cybersecurity training, these people already are your leads. These are the people that you are going to push those things to. You understand? Using Google Tag Manager for event tracking. Google Tag Manager lets you track custom events without editing website code. I've said it earlier. This one is just like a tool that if you don't need to code, You can see it for your benefit. No need for a developer. Easy to test and debug. More control of what you. So you don't need to have like a developer skills for you to be able to use it. Now I said it from the beginning when I was making mention of this Google Tag Manager that not everybody knows how to, not everybody is a developer. I mean, people just want to do some things without um without having to call another person to help them. For example, with the whole introduction of this artificial intelligence and everything, AI, this everybody now, or rather most people now, when they want to try to do something, they always ask ChatGPT. Oh, okay, how do you think I can do this? How do you think I can do this? So that way they don't have to start looking for some. Imagine somebody trying to cook and is asking for a recipe. Does not now have to start looking for like a chef. Oh, can you give me the recipe for this? Something that you can just type with the help of AI. It gives you all the recipe and even the steps to um make it, and even the measurement self, so you don't exceed some certain measurement to be able to prepare what you want to prepare. So common conversion events you should track: purchase, picking, checkout. So think of events as storytelling tools. They reveal what your users are doing and where they are headed. When I was making mention of this tailored content, this ad campaign, once you've seen that particular people, that this set of people are in a particular line or in a particular section, so anything that you want to do has to be regarding um that what their behavior has been on your website. You understand? So track what matters. Don't over track. Let your business goals guide your event strategy. Don't try to say, okay, I want to get everything. All my own is I want to make sales. Look for what matters to you the most, because it's not every people that come to your website, they might just look at a website. You know, say, okay, this person has come to my website. Let me see if I can push, if I can let him buy something. I mean, people like when I was making mention of the bounce rate, people just come, they just look and leave. It's just like you go to a mall and you're doing window shopping. So because somebody looked at your store, does not now mean you now try to drag the person inside. You must buy. The person might just be looking at passing, not necessarily mean he wants to get anything. You understand all those things. So those are the things that you need to do. So this GA4 and Google Ads integration, linking Google Ads with GA4. I said it from the introduction. I said, when you are doing some certain things that after then you now leave, then you now start seeing ads popping up in regards to that. So that's because you've linked your Google Ads with your Google Analytics. So that way, that user's data, Google has already collected that data. So the person's behavior on the IoT on internet is going to be surrounding that thing. Because I don't know if you had like experience. Probably you search for like belts or something, and it takes you to like a website. Then you peruse that website. Oh, you see nice belts. Probably you don't want to buy now, but trust me, when you are going, maybe probably on YouTube or somewhere, or even on an app, those ads relating to those belts will definitely start to pop up on your feed. You understand that linking your Google Ads account to G4 enables data sharing between platforms, better attribution insight, more powerful audience targeting, conversion syncing. This is how to link it. So this is basically how to link your Google Ads with your GA4. Understanding audience syncing. What is it? Audience syncing lets you send GA4 audience, like people who visited your website but didn't convert to Google Ads, for retargeting. Like you see all this thing that I said now, all these look campaigns that they start to send to you from different. So you now remember that, oh, okay, I think I was on this website before. I think it's time for me to get it. I think I want to get it. Let me just get it and move on. So with the help of Google Ads again, he compels those users who left before and say, okay, I'll come back later to buy. Unlike when you go to the mall and you see, okay, you see where they are, you see a perfume store. After you leave the perfume store, It's until you come back to that same mall again that you see that perfume store. It's not like when you're walking on the road, you will now see ad, one billboard of perfume. No, 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 no. That nothing is tracking anything in the physical, but in the digital, it definitely tracks. Data is important. Data is life. So examples of audience to sync: users who visited a specific product page but didn't purchase. You see, users who spent over 3 minutes but didn't sign up, returning visitors from Lagos in the past 7 days. How to sync. This is also how to sync. So this is what understanding what audience syncing is. Measuring campaign performance in GA4. GA4 shows you how Google Ads traffic behaves on your site, which ad campaigns are driving the most engaged sessions, how long users stay on your site, whether they convert. So all this is just basically the behavior of how Google Ads will help you, in retargeting your users, so that they might look at, okay, when people come the particular wristwatch, G-Shock. G-Shock is the thing in town now that people want to buy, or is it Hublot or anything. And you say that, okay, this is what is that this is the engaging thing, and this is what the person's behavior has been on our website. So it tends to keep showing the person new, all like those things, and maybe probably might not even have to start doing your promo this, all to get the person to convert and make that sales. You understand? Key reporting, traffic acquisition, see performance by source, medium, campaign, user acquisition, understand how first time users found you. Like I say, is it by search, or did somebody send them the link that they clicked the link to come to your website? You understand? So all this is going to be in your reports. Conversion, see which ads are driving desired action. Like I made mention earlier, to know the ads that are gaining more and more what do you call it, more and more engagement. You understand? So use secondary dimensions like session campaign or ad content for deeper analysis. So importing conversions from GA4 into Google Ads. Why do this? Important conversations allow Google Ads to optimize bidding strategies, maximize conversations, attribute performance more accurately, improve targeting, how to import, So these are also the steps on how to import all this in your GA4 into Google Ads. Your ads account can now optimize campaigns for real actions taken on your website. So using UTM parameters and campaign targets. What are UTM parameters? UTMs are tags you add to your URL to track where traffic is coming from. So for example, look at this what are they called? Look at this URL now. You can see the UTMs that are added: medium, paid, and UTM campaigns. So all these kind of things, these are what you say to keep tag naming consistent. Avoid capital letters, use a UTM border. So what this is trying to tell you, so when you add a UTM, for example, now if someone sends you a link to like a URL to a website, some people don't just send like the www dot this www dot let's say speakworld.com.ng. You understand that? Because if they send you that, it's definitely going to take you to the home page. So now some people send you like specific ones. Probably they've perused the website and they now say, okay, I think this person might be interested in this. So it shares that particular page of that website. So when it's coming as a URL, this is how it is going to come. All these UTM like tags this is how it's going to come. So once your analytics is tracking that, it will know that this person, first time user, but this first time user is jumping directly to this. See this UTM source where traffic came from, e.g. Google, newsletter. Another one, e.g. social media, email. Another one, spring sale. So like that. Those tags are important to, like, when some people, so that, I mean, it helps people drive, makes conversion rate more prominent, in the sense that, like I said, this person might need this, and this person has been looking for, oh, do you know a website, or do you know where I can get affordable bags and this, and you send it to them, and they see it and they like it. Obviously, they've skipped the whole, from first page, looking at, oh, this kind of bags, and they've moved to, okay, add to cart or make payment or something. So summary cheat sheets like this: task, two, outcome. These are how these are how this is how the GA4 is going to be analyzing everything, like all the data and reports for you. Look at this now: sync audience. Once you've synced it with your Google Ads, smarter retargeting. If the fact that you synced it, like we mentioned earlier, people who come and they didn't buy, is now going to help you retarget it and fine tune it, so that you make them remember that, this thing that you search for is still here. Oh. They look for enticing ways to, to get you, so that you can actually purchase from them. So advanced reporting analysis, this everything will be speaking about here. Creating custom reports in Explore. The Explore The Explore tab Analysis Hub in GA4 lets you go beyond default reports and uncover deeper insight. How to create a custom report. To Explore. Navigate to Explore in the GA4. So this is basically just giving you like a tutorial on how to create like a custom report by yourself. So the example: track how visitors from Lagos on mobile devices interact with a lead magnet page. So I discussed about funnel. You see, this is funnel exploration. I made mention of it earlier. That's what I showed you here in my Word document, which is here. You can see it. Funnel setup. If it's a custom setup, you have to do the explore. You have to go to the funnel exploration. If it's a, like standard setup, no need for all that. This is report engagement and everything. So as you can see here, funnel exploration, use this to visualize step-by-step user's journey, e.g. from landing page to home page. I mean, we've already made mention, or rather, I already made mention of this earlier. You understand? So segment overlap and cohort analysis. Segment overlap. Visual tools that help you see how different user group intersect. Compare up to 3 segments. See how engaged user, paid traffic, and mobile users overlap. How they can go hand in hand, how they work together. Identify high value micro audience. It's great for discovering niche audiences worth targeting in campaign. When I was talking about content earlier, that I said, okay, before you start doing something, you do like a trial. So there's this thing, for example, now there's this thing on Instagram here, whereas that where you want to post a reel, like a video. So it's called reel on Instagram. When you want to post a reel, there's this option that it gives you, it lets you post like a trial, do like a trial run. You understand? So imagine you want to post a reel now. That option is a trial. So what it does is it pushes it to people that are not your audience to see how well it will do. So after like 24 hours, if that particular reel does well, Instagram now pushes it to a wider audience for you. You understand? So look at that trial now. Because the trial went well, that's why Instagram is pushing it. So if you are trying to do something and you see that, okay, yes, you are starting, you've done a trial run, and you see how people are, interacting with this, then you can now say you want to go full blown with it. You understand? So how to then you want to discover, like you want to carve out a niche from that. If it's that on your website too, you want to be selling like strictly ladies wear because that is what is working for you, fine. If that you want to be selling unisex in general, then that is what works for you, all well and good. Cohort analysis: understand how user groups behave over time, group by acquisition, date of first event, analyze retention trend, track behaviors like purchases across days or weeks, spots where users' interest drop off. I've made mention of this earlier. You know, use case: see if your user who joined in March stick around longer than February's batch. Yeah, and this February is like people who join in February and someone who joined in March. Someone who joined in February. Let's see if the person that joined in February is still going to remain till March or is going to not come back again. You understand? So that is what this is talking about. Setting up audience for remarketing. Audience are key to personalized marketing and retargeting in Google Ads. So this is just telling you, how to set it up, use a template, e.g. all users, purchasers, or build a custom one, define criteria, visited a product page but didn't purchase. So these are the steps that you need to do, like targeting that you need to do to be able to make sales or convert or make conversion rather. It's a tip: create audiences for abandoned cart users, newsletter readers, and high engagement visitors. Interpreting behavioral patterns and user journey. What to look for: common entry point, e.g. blog post versus homepage. People who come through your homepage or people who saw your blog post somewhere and it was from there they were able to come to your website. High drop off, user bounce or exit frequently. Same, like I've said it earlier. This is just telling you how to telling you what to look for, like the patterns of what to be able to track on your website. Long dwell times, where users are most engaged, like the page that they stay the longest. You understand? Then you have to know that, okay, this page that this particular person stayed long. What is on this page? How do you think we can fine tune it to make them stay longer or whatnot? Repeat visits, loyalty and interest indicators. Use this insight to improve content layout, optimize call to actions and landing page, tailored marketing messages to real users' journey, refine and retarget an email automation. Example: if most users drop off after reading a blog post, maybe the post needs to have a stronger call to action. You understand? Maybe the blog post is just basically you telling a story and you did not align it to your product and services. So what you are supposed to do now, you are going to create like a more engaging blog post, probably something that hits the pain points of the reader. You understand? Imagine you trying to sell something and you need to let the users know that they need it. Don't just write a blog post, okay, this is the what are they calling it? This is how you are supposed to cook a food, or this is what you need to do to stay fit. Let them know that they need it. Yeah, you do your blog post like you are doing them a favor. You understand? So that way you get um more read or more conversion. So final summary board. So feature: custom reports, feature analysis, path exploration. Purpose: deep dive insight, tailored dashboard, visualize drop off, optimize user flow. So these are just the whole journey of, excuse me, these are all the whole journey of like your user, the parts, what they do, and how also you can also use Google Analytics to target them properly. You understand? So if you check this segment overlap now, audience discovery, under purpose it says audience discovery, under use case it says sharpen targeting. It means that you have to do proper targeting. You have to reshape or remodel your targeting to this particular section. So it's talking about module. It's talking about data privacy and compliance in GA4. So these are what we are going to be discussing. Understanding the GDPR and cookie consent. So General Data Protection Regulation requires transparency on data usage and user consent before tracking. It's not like you just go to a website that they want to use your information for something fraudulent or something. And most time, when you are going to a website, you need to be able to identify a secure website and a website that is not secure. For example, now you go to a website and you check the URL. If you see HTTPS, then you know it's secured. But if you just see HTTP, that website is not secure. So any information that you drop on that website is at risk. There is bound for hackers to use it against you. So you know what you must do: notify users about cookies and data tracking. I mean, most people by the time they see those things, they don't read it. They just do accept or reject. They don't actually read what it entails. And I'm sure that everybody, like 80% or 85% of us, were guilty of that. We don't read all those. We just say accept so that you can quickly do what you are doing on the website. Obtain explicit consent before any tracking, non-essential cookies especially. So they will ask you like, oh, for example, if you go to a particular website, you input your information, they ask you, do you want to save it, or do you want to save your what do they call it, your information or not? If it's a secure website, if you feel like you want to save it, all well and good. If you feel like you don't want to save it, you don't need to. Provide options to manage or withdraw. You understand? When you say you go to the website and you see cookies, there are some websites that don't give you the option to reject, and some websites they give you the option to reject. Cookie consent managers use tools like Cookie Bots, OneTrust, Compliance, Google Consent Mode version 2. Ensure that your GA4 tags don't fire until consent is granted. IP anonymization and data retention settings. GA4 automatically anonymize IPs. Unlike universal analytics, you don't need to manually enable this. So this is how, for people, for all those returning customers and everything, this is how you be able to track them. You say navigate to admin, data settings, data retention. Default is 2 months, extend to 14 months for better historical analysis. So that way you're able to track people who have been on your website for over, a year, and so it's just for documentation or report purposes. Applies to user level data only, not applies to user level data only, not aggregate reports. Longer retention helps with cohort and funnel analysis. Once people stay long on your website, you already know that, okay, these people, they are loyal users or loyal customers, and this is what they come to my website for. So you'll be able to do like a customized funnel for them to make them, or to make conversion rather. Can you also hear me? Hello? Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So managing users consent mode. Consent mode version 2 lets GA4 adjust its behavior based on users' content choices. These are all these. If consent is granted, GA4 works normally. If denied, only anonymized cookieless pings are sent for modeling. Once you reject the cookies, it might not let you get full access to like everything on that website. You understand? But once you accept cookies, it might just give you like the full access you get. Implementation requires Google Tag Manager, add a consent installation tag, then fire your G4 configuration tag based on consent status. So all this, you can learn more on this. Google Signal and its implications. Google Signal enables cross-device tracking and access to aggregated demographic and interest data from signed-in Google users. What you get, cross-platform reporting. So it's not that you're just only going to get reports from people from website alone. For people who actually use the mobile version or the tablet version, you'll be able to get reports from those people to more accurate marketing audience. Same thing. That way you'll be able to know, okay, people who on PC, who operate on PC, who operate on mobile, how you'll be able to target them, their behavior and everything. Access to demographic reports, yes. That one gives you access to, the age, the location, the language, where they are from and everything. Consideration must enable Google Signal in G4 admin data collection. User must have given ad personalization consent with Google. Impacts advertising features, not core G4 data. Exporting data and deleting user data. G4 GDPR requires allowing users to request their data, providing a way to delete user data upon request. When you go to a website and probably you feel like, okay, you don't think that website is of need to you and you want to delete your information, that website should, under compliance, should give you the option to delete your user. For example, if you log into like some website, and after a couple of, well, like maybe months, you feel like, oh, you don't need this, you can actually deactivate and delete your user data. For example, people who use Instagram or Twitter, at some point it gives, like, if you want to deactivate your account, it gives you that option. If you want to delete your account, it also gives you that option. Not like you'll be compelled to, "Oh, you can't delete it, you can't do this." Because I think there is a problem like that with the Trend app. So people who use the Trend app, I think I heard a complaint some while back that once once you want to delete your account on Thread, you automatically delete your account on Instagram, which is really, really bad. So it compels people that, okay, yes, you have to, no matter what, you have to have an account. Your account must still be on that Thread app, which is actually not good. Because I mean, you might feel like, oh, you don't need it anymore. And why would I want to delete my account on Thread and you're now telling me to affect my Instagram? So how to export users data? This is the step. How to delete users data? This is the step. Data is deleted within 7 days and can be reversed. Summary table. So this is the summary of what to know, actions to take. You know, cookie consent, mandatory for European Union, United Kingdom. Use consent management tools, IP anonymization, like that. Like, so this is what you know, and these are the actions that you need to take so as to stay compliant under the GDPR rule. Module 9, leveraging GA4 with other tools. So why use GTM with GA4? This Google Tag Manager, GTM. GTM simplifies the process of deploying GA4 tracking without editing website code directly. And like I mentioned earlier, Tag Manager just is a tool that allows you to do everything without having to, start coding, doing all those code by yourself. Key benefit, manages all tags from one interface, quickly deploy and upload, updates tracking, set up event tracking without developers help. You can see, without any help of any developer, that you start have to calling somebody that you need to do this, you need to do that. So that's basically one of the good things, or why you need to use Google Tag Manager. Why export Google BigQuery data warehouse? Why export GA4 data to BigQuery? For large scale data analysis, blending GA4 data with other sources and retrieving raw unsampled event data. What you can do, run SQL queries on your event data, perform custom cohorts, funnel or retention analysis. I've made mention of it earlier. Combine GA4 data with CRM, ad platform and offline data, analyze long-term trends and predictive model, how to connect. So this is what this is basically is just telling you is what it's talking about is just for you to know how to analyze or gather data analysis on your retention analysis, your funnel, your custom codes on it. Like, when you're talking about all those people that you've kept in those particular categories, how you analyze them, how you analyze them at the end for you to know, okay, are you making progress? Okay, what do you need to change on your website and all. CGA4 plus Local Studio, formerly Data Studio. Why use it? To create dynamic interactive dashboard and share insights with stakeholders who don't use GA4. It's just this one is basically is just like a visually appealing kind of thing. It's just brings visualization. You understand? When people read a lot of things and there is no what do they call it? There is no visual, like there's no chart, there's no pictures and everything. People tend to, get bored. But once they see all those things, it makes it look beautiful, it makes it look arranged. So once your website is in that manner, people tend to stay on your website, because when you just go to a website, and your website will be like you are reading a word document or you are on an email platform. It really doesn't speak well. So CRM and e-commerce integration. Why integrate CRM or e-commerce platform with GA4? To get full visibility into the customer's journey. That's basically all. So you need to be able to get access to, okay, how did this user start? Where is he now, and where is he going to? You understand? You see, from first ad click to repeat purchase, how we started, how it is going, and where it is going to. That's basically what this CRM and e-commerce integration. On a CRM platform now, we to show you, okay, this person prospective leads, then he moved to leads, then he moved to negotiation, then he moved to probably invoice or something, then he moved before he becomes sales, like that. So that's just what the CRM basically does. So this is also the summary of the integration matrix. Sorry about that. So this is also the strategy. This is also the summary for the integration metrics. Google Tag Manager, simplified tag management, event tracking, triggers consent, BigQuery. This is the purpose. This is the features, like that. Local Studio. This is the purpose. This is the features. So that's just all about it. And so we've come to the end of the session. I hope I was being explanatory enough. Yes, we've come to the end. I hope I was being explanatory enough. I thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, do put it to either Mercy or Edith. They are going to set it up to me, and the answers will be done appropriately, or I'm going to relay them back to you. And once again, if you also request for the Word document, also reach out to them. They will um, share them with you. So thank you very much. Once again, I hope I did not just talk and talk, and this was very explanatory enough. Over to you, Edith.
All right, thank you very much, Bodun. Your class was quite explanatory, and thank you for taking us to the Word document to actually be able to give more insights as to what the topic entails or the course entails. So thank you very much. And if we have questions from the students, we'll direct them to you and also be able to pass your responses back to the students. So thank you for sparing time to take us through this class today. We appreciate it. And yeah, so have a very, very good evening ahead. and we hope to see you some other time in class. So
Yeah,
once
thank you
again, thank you very
very much.
much.
Thank you very
All
much. I
right,
really appreciate it. Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah. Bye.
Goodbye.